Hey there, friends and foes. Good evening, multiverse. This is Weeknight Bites, Thursday night to be exact, here on Back of the Cereal Box, the pop culture podcast that celebrates the fun of the Saturdays of our youth while navigating adulthood today. And normally, on a Saturday morning, we're sitting down in our pajamas with big bowls of cereal and we're talking about cartoons and comic books and kaiju and celebrating the Saturdays of our youth. But this live stream is for us to get together, you and me, my camera, your camera. You don't have to just comment in the chat. You can actually come on screen with me. And it's just a chance for us to get together and to celebrate the stuff that we don't have time to get into on Saturday morning. So that's what we're doing. And, normally about this time for this segment, I would be sharing new comics. New comics, yum. But I didn't go to the comic book shop this week. That's not true. I did, but I only got one title, Vengeance of Moon Knight issue number 2. That was it. Because there was nothing else on that store shelf that interests me. Now, this Saturday, that might be a different story when I go to the next town over, but I can't let an opportunity like this go by. So we've been cleaning out the garage and I discovered something very cool. So I love these Marvel Treasury editions. This is a giant size, oversized Captain America Bicentennial Battles. This is a Jack Kirby book. And then one of my favorite covers of all time, the Howard the Duck Treasury edition. Now, I don't think these have ever been opened since I bought them. So collectors out there are about to lose their collective minds. Get it? Collectors, collective minds. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Jack Kirby artwork. This is on real newsprint. So, oh, look at that pinup. When I was a kid, I hated Jack Kirby's art. I did not like it. I did not appreciate it. It looked weird and strange to me. But as I've gotten older, I have come to love and appreciate Jack Kirby's work because it is so unique, so stylized, and nobody else looks like Jack Kirby. And in my humble opinion, he was born to draw Captain America. And for my money, his run on Captain America is the best run. So now what does comic books have to do with Saturday morning and cereal and the back of the cereal box? I'm glad you asked, because when I was a kid, we didn't have iPhones and tablets at the breakfast table on Saturday morning. We were reading the back of the cereal box in between cartoons and comic books, in between kaiju movies. That was our Saturday. And sometimes, comic publishers would put comics in the cereal box as the prize. Sometimes they were printed on the back. Sometimes you got a poster of like Superman or Batman or something like that. But after cartoons, around noon, and I remember specifically 1984, I want to say, we had this 2-hour block that was absolutely epic. Mr. T, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, The Incredible Hulk, and Thundar the Barbarian. And if there wasn't an awesome Godzilla movie on after that, then we would hop on our bikes and ride down to the convenience store and pick up a stack of comics. Lawson's Dairy Mart. We'd get comics, we'd get some Coca-Colas, Brock's Red Twists. We'd head up the hill and we'd sit on the hill and we would read comic books and drink soda and eat candy. And it was our best life. So that was a big part of my Saturday experience. So comic books is a big part of this show. And, we post on our Facebook page all the time how comic books and comic book characters tie into Saturday morning cereal. So this is the Howard the Duck Treasury Edition. I want you guys to see this. The back is the backside of these characters going into this building. I've never seen that done before. I love that. So this was super cheap, $6.99. And let me see here. Steve Gerber was the writer on all of the stories. This is a anthology book. Sal Buscema was the artist on quite a few. Frank Bruner, Val Mayrick. I've not seen his stuff in a long time. This has a cameo by Peter Parker and the Defenders. And Howard the Duck is one of those weird characters who is just, I don't know. He's so far. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that artwork. I need this as a framed poster. He's just such a quirky, wacky character. And, I don't know that Marvel outside of Steve Gerber really knows what to do with him. And further than that, I don't know if audiences, if readers really know what to do with him. Because I love the concept of Howard the Duck. I would love to see a great adventure series. I think that's the problem, is that contemporary writers try to make him too funny. They try to intentionally make him funny. And I don't think that's what Steve Gerber did. I think Steve Gerber had a natural sense of humor, but the humor was in the absurdity of a duck from another planet, from another reality, another dimension, who is a great detective. He's a master of martial arts, quack fu, and he's smokes cigars and he's sarcastic. He's a smartass. It's the absurdity in that situation that makes him funny. And I think if you just write a serious story with Howard, it's naturally funny because he's so absurd. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Hey, speaking of comic books, did you know that one of our partners is Comic Books for Kids? Check this out.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
That is pretty awesome. Check them out. Now, going through the garage, I also found this. This is the Darth Vader collector case. I want to say this is like from 1980, maybe 82. And this is the collector case to hold your figures. So check this out. I've not opened this yet. I found it in the garage this weekend. I don't even know what figures are in it anymore. That's how long it's been since I've opened it. So, interesting. So the figures fit in these slots, and I just lost one. I think it's probably the Jawa. Nope, the Jawa's right there. I don't know which one just dropped out, but these are my original figures. The original Jawa. This was maybe one of my favorite characters, and this is in great shape, despite me playing with it all the time. This was my favorite character to play with. I don't know why. I loved Hammerhead. Um, now, I only have a handful of the whole collection. I had them all. Here's Han Solo and Hoth gear. That was my favorite Han Solo. Again, I don't know why. I just liked the Hoth gear. Maybe it's because I grew up in North Canton, Ohio, where it was the frozen tundra, the Hoth Stormtrooper. And look at this. IG-88. This is the original vintage IG-88 from Empire Strikes Back. And like I said, this is not all of them. So this thing has not survived well. This is the medical droid. The head won't stay up anymore, and it's only got one of its arms left. The rest are all gone. You know, it had these different arms that would pop out. Let's see. Up, and that one just broke. Doggone it. Yeah, he did not survive very well. And most of my Star Wars figures met the fate of Lobot. Lobot has severe burns on his head because my little brother would purposefully destroy my Star Wars action figures. So this few handful is all that survived, with the exception of the early bird special. I've still got the early bird special. My mom got it for me. I've got all of those figures. It's in a different case, and it's put away in my storage unit, so I couldn't get it out. Now, on the other side of this case is some of the newer characters, newer figures. And when I say newer, I mean like 1996 Powers of the Force. This is the Power of the Force Han Solo in his Bespin fatigues, which was my favorite of the Han Solo non-Hoth outfits. Look, from that same collection, Powers of the Force, I've got Walrus Man. Oh, that's one of the creature, Cantina creatures fell out on the floor. This is Leia, but I don't know from what. I feel like she's supposed to have maybe a cape or a robe. I don't know. I don't know what this is from because it's not the Ewok ceremonial outfit, but she's got the long hair. I don't know what that's from. And of course, the Powers of the Force Greedo. And I really loved these Powers of the Force characters more than the originals. And I'll tell you why. So most of the originals, like here's a good example. Ben Kenobi just has these straight up and down legs, straight up and down arms. There's no contour or texture. I mean, there's contouring. They sculpt the character, the costume, the clothing, but there's like no dynamic to the pose. Whereas these, the Powers of the Force, they definitely have a powerful dynamic. And I love these for that. I wish I kept all of them. I had a whole collection of these that I sold in a yard sale, but these are the ones that I kept. And it occurs to me that the Marvel Legends retro line is based off of these molds. I can tell that now. That's pretty awesome. Now, Kenner, Hasbro has recently released the Epic Heroes line, which is kind of in between the classic 77 and the 96 Powers of the Force. They're not as dynamic as this. They're not as buff, but they are far more dynamic than the original straight up and down. So It's too bad we don't have anyone watching tonight because I feel like this is a real treat for collectors out there, especially Star Wars fans who maybe have never seen some of these original figures in the wild. Anyway, Darth Vader collector case. So I might, and I don't know where that other character went. He's one of the. Oh, here he is. Oh, it's Snagglepuss. That's not really what he was called. Snaggleface. I forget what he was called, but this is actually a horrible figure. He looks terrible. I don't like him. So I might have to cut out this next segment and post it separately. Maybe I'll have to post the Darth Vader separately. But you know what? Let's do this. Have you guys seen the Bad Batch trailer? Have you been speaking of Star Wars, have you been watching Bad Batch? So I want you guys to check this out. Bad Batch came out. This is for season 3, I think, maybe season 4. Check this out.
Hey, Vinny, where'd you get that shirt?
Full screen and
what do you think
the
about
ads. So check this out.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire. Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal, you will have it.
Vader.
You can't just walk away. Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid. Secure her in a cell.
Maybe I can convince Imri to help.
You trust too easily.
Maybe you don't trust enough.
Not every clone is your ally. They are coming
Cad Bane.
for all of you. Hold on!
This is next week at debuts. I can't wait.
Not troopers up top.
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Asajj Ventress. Ooh, can't wait. So yeah. Stop. Oh, we gotta stop here. It's a friend of mine, John Hoody's show. But anyway, Bad Batch comes out next week. Now, I was never a big fan of the Bad Batch. I watched it the first couple of seasons, the first 2 seasons, I guess, and it was okay. It never really grabbed me, but watch
the series.
I'm going to watch this one because I love Asajj Ventress. Now, you see what I'm queuing up. If you didn't know, today, the trailer for X-Men 97 dropped. So let's check this out together, shall we?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands now. Now.
Looks good.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe in each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Bob, keep buzzing in my ear.
Heads up.
That's awesome.
To me, my X-Men. Magneto,
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Woo! So I've seen already some
No living
comments
being.
online that the animation looks like it was done in the 80s. And I'm like, duh. The whole goal of this show is to continue the story from 1997. And they've made it look and feel like that original series. Now, the animation is a little bit cleaner, and it's not quite as busy with the shadows and highlights, but it definitely has the same feel and look and style. And the voice cast came back. So, how cool is that? Now, I was never really big into that Saturday morning X-Men show. I know, sacrilege. I really feel like X-Men Evolution was the superior show. And I loved X-Men Evolution and Wolverine and the X-Men. But the X-Men Saturday morning X-Men animated series, I didn't like the animation. I felt like it was bulky and clunky. And that was true of Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Iron Man, all of those that came out in that MCU, animated MCU, that couple of years. I just wasn't a fan of the character models and the animation style. We'll be covering those shows next season in Saturday Morning 102. But what do you guys think? Are you excited about X-Men 97? Let us know in the comments. Tonight, Madam Web debuted. It's getting trashed by the usual suspects. I am going to go see it tomorrow night. I hope it's not as bad as I fear. I suspect it's much better than people are giving it credit for. A lot of people are comparing it to Morbius. And that's not a negative to me because I really enjoyed Morbius. I like that movie. Now, if these people compare it to Venom 2, and Carnage, then we got a problem. But I liked Morbius. It wasn't a good MCU movie, but it was a great vampire movie. And I really enjoyed it. Now, I loved the Marvels. Loved it. I thought it was fast, fun. I thought it was innovative. I thought it was clever, funny. It was everything, in my opinion, that a comic book movie should be. And that was trashed by, people who push back against a woman-led or female-led cast. And that's a lot of what's going on with Madam Web. Now, I will say this. When they announced this as a movie, I thought, nobody cares about Madam Web. Nobody wants to see a Madam Web movie without Spider-Man. And unfortunately, that's probably still true. However, the character of Spider-Woman Julia Carpenter appears in this movie. She's a member of the Avengers. She was introduced in Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. Long history, long fan favorite that may make this movie worth seeing. So I'm going to go see it. I'm going to support it because, on this broadcast channel, we support strong women in pop culture. It's important to us. It's important to me as a dad of a strong female, a strong woman. My daughter is a singer, dancer, actress, and it's important for me to let her see action adventure heroes also be women. That's important to me. So I support these movies, and I hope it's not horrible. I would love to know what you think. If you've seen it, post your review. If you haven't seen it yet, let us know what you're hoping to see. All right, guys. I'm going to show off one more prize from our garage clean out. And if nobody else joins me, then we'll call it a night. But I found this, I'd forgotten I had it. And I found it and pulled it out to show for you guys just tonight. This is Tommy's Mighty Men and Monster Maker. Now, if you don't know what this is all about, these are different plates that have like raised designs, relief designs on them. And you put them in this frame. So we're going to do this. You put a set of legs here. You get a middle torso portion and a head. Now, this is complete except for the 2 head tiles. I'm missing 2 head tiles. I don't know where they went, but you put the tiles there, and then you put in a piece of paper. You close the frame, and then it came with a hard etching crayon. Now, I've since lost that as well, and it had an etching tool, which was pretty cool. So I went to my art box, and I found these Conte crayons. These are pretty hard crayons. I don't know how well they're going to work. So we're going to give this a try. We're going to get one out here. And so you would put it in the frame, and then you would take the crayon and the tool, let's make sure it stays in. Lock it in. And you would just run it over the relief, and it would create your character. Now, this is a pretty soft crayon, so it's not as good as the original crayon that came with it, but you can kind of get the idea how cool this was. And there are monster ones. So let's mix this up. So that's a superhero one. Let's see what's on the other side of this guy. Okay, that's a good monster head. Let's see. Oh, here's let's see what we got here. Okay, then we're going to do this one. And let's do a good set of legs. Because we're going to mix this one up. We're going to make it maybe a little bit incongruous. Let's see what we have here. There was one that was a lizard bottom, and some of these have textures on them, so you can go back over and like create scales or tears or hair. Let's see, I know. Oh, that one's cool. Spaceman. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is what I wanted. This is the lizard body and tail. So get another piece of paper in here. Make sure we only have one. Now, you guys can imagine, I think I was maybe 9 or 10 years old when I got this. And, for someone who was an absolute fanatic for comic books, I got hours and hours of entertainment from this, because you could mix up the bodies and the heads. I'm not going straight up and down, so I'm getting some marks. But then you could go back and you could color them. I wish I had that super hard crayon, because you could see this coming off on my fingers. It's not hard enough to get the definition. But, I mean, even so, look at how cool that was. Oh, my gosh. I absolutely loved this. This was, as an aspiring comic book artist as a kid, this was maybe my favorite toy to play with other than action figures. And I think, if I remember correctly, I carried this thing with me anywhere we went. If we left the house, if we went on a trip, this was going with me. It was that cool and that much fun. I did find a complete set on eBay. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy it so that I will have the crayon, the hard crayon and the tool, and the missing face plates. And it had a slot over here for colored pencils. So you could carry your colored pencils with it and, color the art that you created. And infinite possibilities, infinite combinations. It was so much fun. The Mighty Men and Monster Maker. You know what? I wonder, I'm going to see if I can find the TV commercial for that. I'll bet you I can. And since this is a private stream, we don't have to worry about getting dinged for trademarks. All right, here it is. Mighty Men and Monster Maker. Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right, so we're going to bring this up. I'm going to share the screen here in just a minute. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, I can't do that yet. Hold on. Bear with me. All right, here we go. We're going to present that screen. Yep. And I'm going to expand that and hit play and check this out.
We've all been staying up nights playing with this Mighty Men and Monster Maker kit. With this kit, your children can combine different chests, legs, and heads. Yes. They can color in scales, hair, or alligator skin. Very nice. They can make hundreds of monsters and heroes. Personally, I prefer the Monsters.
That was the commercial, and I had it. And man, what a blast this thing. Well, I still have it. What a blast this is. I don't know if I'll buy if I don't end up getting that one on eBay, I am going to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and see if I can get a hard etching crayon, because they make those to do etchings. So stay tuned for more with the Mighty Men and Monster Maker. Well, guys and gals, that is it for the show tonight. I covered everything I wanted to talk about. We do this every week. It'll either be me or Willow. And if you are watching this now, you are obviously a Patreon supporter. But if you are a Patreon supporter, you got the link in the announcement about this to join us on camera. So you can join me on camera, my camera, your camera, and we just talk about this stuff. It's a step above just being involved in the chat. And tomorrow morning, we're announcing this, that if you are the VIP level and above, that means $20 and above per month, you get to host your own live stream podcast, your own show on our network, and co-hosted either by me or Willow Schuyler. And you get to do that once a month. How cool is that? So we're going to be adding more and more exclusive content here on the Facebook page now, or the Patreon page. Now, if you're just listening and you want to watch the video episode, you can go back and watch the video episode. It's all here. So that's it. I'm going to say, so long, farewell. Thank you for continuing to be a Patreon supporter. all of you listed here. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you. We don't deserve your support, but it is very much appreciated. And I don't have Jeremy Bell on here yet. He's a brand new patron. We are brought to you by Tales of the Decoverse, my book series. We are also brought to you by Things from Another World and Entertainment Earth for all of your comic book and collectible toy needs. And if you are in the Middle Tennessee area anytime soon, come on a ghost tour with me. Nightlyspirits.com. Use my promo code JohnP667. Take 10% off your booking. And you can use that promo code anywhere in the country. And as always, make sure you follow us at backoftheserialbox.fun. Not only are we there, but the other shows from the Serial Box Network, like Cartoon Commotion, Gilmore Sisters, Cosplay Cafe, Ice Cream Queens, Fanatic Forum, all of them. So check us out at backoftheserialbox.fun. Sign up for the newsletter, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. And until the next time, we're going to leave you with this awesome song from DL Memphis and the Murdering Crows. Love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the back of the cereal box.
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss,